If you don't have these, you don't exist to the algorithm.
The first one being buying versus renting in their area.
Is this $500K worth it? Or is this $1 million house worth it?
The best way to make them evergreen is to focus first on the neighborhood itself.
The best neighborhoods for families in this city.
One of the most important things before you even launch a YouTube channel is understanding your target audience. Know your client.
Don't sound like a generalist.
What would be my first move to make on YouTube to become successful?
Most agents are guessing what to film. They post a house tour, get 10 views from their mom, and then they quit.
The truth is, you don't need a library of 100 videos to win. You only need just 10. If you film the wrong ones, you're just wasting your life in front of the camera.
We've spent thousands of hours studying the data of the top 1% of channels. There is a specific mathematical blueprint to a market monopoly.
And today, we're open sourcing the only 10 scripts that actually move the needle. Stop guessing and start building. Joe, why are 90% of realtors failing whenever they're trying to be creative instead of following a proven model?
Great question, Victor. I would say real estate is an inbound utility business. Most agents perceive themselves as content creators and start researching the wrong type of content to create and pushing, instead of educational content, more, let's say, friendly or funny type content. Where YouTube comes in, informative videos are so important for these agents to create instead because they solve a problem for their audience. Relocation problem, retiree problem, whatever the problem is. And this is where the search monopoly comes in. We're going to introduce 10 topics essentially that cover what the buyer and the seller market is looking for overall over Google, YouTube, and so forth. If you don't have these, you don't exist to the algorithm. While you're watching this podcast, drop a comment down below if you're interested in any of the topics that we spoke about, and let us know what your favorite topic is about. We can further expand in later videos. So Victor, let's start with the first, let's say, educational topics that you can position our agents to becoming the authority figure in their local area. What would they be?
Very good question, Joe. I mean, I think when it comes to us, we have kind of like a blueprint for the 4 main topics that they can start with. So the first one being buying versus renting in their area. This is a dilemma that many people face because of the affordability crisis, what is happening right now in the market, right? There are a lot of renters who are trying to get in the market, or there are a lot of people who have mortgages and maybe have too much of a house and it becomes a burden, and they're house poor and they're looking, maybe I should get into renting again. So you address this topic of basically comparing the 2 options, and overall comparison videos work quite well, right?
Yeah.
Because you kind of talk about pros and cons of each, and many people have those struggles, like what to choose. So if you can really position in that video, the main pros and cons of each. For example, if you want to buy and you've been renting, right? What should you consider? Because let's say with being an owner now, maybe you need to pay an HOA if you're in that area, or you need to take care of the property now, like repair anything that gets broken, or property taxes, that all these things you don't care about when you're renting. You're just paying a rent payment, right?
For sure.
But now you have all these other headaches that you need to take care of. I think that's one of the best videos for people to understand, should they become a homeowner or not? Because many people don't really think about, all the different headaches that come with ownership.
For sure.
And you need to talk about those things because this way you're useful for your potential clients that are watching your videos as we speak, right? So the second topic we recommend is for the first-time home buyers, a step-by-step guide on how to buy a home. Because, realtors, they do this every day, so they know everything about it. But a normal people, they don't buy houses every single day, right? So especially if it's your first house, people don't want to make those mistakes that, could cost them tens of thousands of dollars down the road.
For sure.
So by having a guide on how to buy their first home step by step, that could be really useful for a lot of first-time home buyers because they need that knowledge. They need to know about all the different rules, regulations, should they get a pre-approval, inspections, like all these different things are very important. So I would say that should be that topic number 2.
100%, yeah.
The third topic that we recommend is talking about mortgages, right? Because most people are not cash buyers, so they need financing. And obviously a good realtor is always following the market, what is happening. And not only, what's the Fed rate and, what's the overall mortgage, but also locally, what are the lenders doing? Do they have any incentives for buyers, especially maybe in the new construction? Many new builders, they offer great incentives, buy downs, and the different structures that help people afford homes. So mortgages are very important. Usually, potential clients, they have a lot of questions about those because the cost of financing a home can be, depending on the economic situation in the country. And so it's highly important to answer all those questions. And obviously mortgage is a big part of it, but not only about mortgages, but also the additional potential payments that you might be having as a homeowner, right? It could be insurance, HOA fees, and all those different things. And the fourth topic is if you want to attract sellers. Because right now as we speak, many sellers are typing in, I can't sell my home, what to do? And if you can answer that question, you attract a lot of potential sellers that are in your market looking for help. Because one thing is buying a home, but selling is a totally different beast, right? Because you have to be thinking about, comps, market value, pricing it properly, and there are just so many things that go into this. So that will be the topic number 4 that we recommend. Joe, now I have a question for you. When it comes to realtors, right, we do know that many of them love filming home tours. And we do know that those videos are usually not evergreen, right? So how can we come up with a visual storytelling solution here that would make a home tour video way more evergreen and way more durable over the long term?
Yeah, no, awesome question. So just to quickly clarify what evergreen is for the audience members that don't know what that is. In the simplest form, it is a way in which your video would live on forever on YouTube by being consistent of a trend of a topic, or a topic, pardon me, that recycles perfectly on YouTube and can be used forever, whether now or 5 years or 10 years. To start with topic number 5 of how to make your videos evergreen, one of the methods is, instead of just showcasing a house for $500K and walking through it and doing a regular house tour, maybe turn it into a twist. Well, is this $500K worth it? Or is this $1 million house worth it? Start showcasing a variety of homes. Let's say, for example, if you had 3 750 homes, showcase those if you want, and use those into a playlist, right? Showcase different construction, builds and all that, and visualize it for the people who are looking to buy in the future, now, whatever it is. Here's the master bedroom. This is what you could do. There's the back ceiling. You have the backyard. Start to show the visual aspects of it as well. This will make your video live longer, as well as enhance it for the people who can't really visualize it themselves, right? That's where you, the realtor, come in. I think topic number 6 should definitely be before and afters. So you can always go, how we stage this home to sell in 4 days, for example. This is a great evergreen topic in my opinion, because then it showcases the staging secrets that these realtors are doing essentially to showcase these results. So in 4 days, they sold this home because of them installing a incredible, staging in the living room, the chandeliers, the long tables, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, also guys, whenever you're filming the home tours, the best way to make them evergreen is to focus first on the neighborhood itself, right? Before you even show the house, right? Because that's the evergreen piece. The neighborhood will stay the same, and people want to really learn about the area. Because, in real estate is location, right? So yeah, that would be my tip. Instead of just talking about the house, talk about the area. Talk about how good the schools are. Where's the nearest Costco, the grocery stores, airport, hospitals. Like all those things make the video way more evergreen.
Exactly. Put those into playlists, more watch time hours. Now you have an evergreen playlist. That's perfectly put, man. Thank you. With topic number 6, when we were discussing the staging and how these houses can be, staged and sold in 4 days, I think it's so important. It's because it shows the audience of yours that you can also help them sell their homes in specific strategies that you put in place, right? So because we did this, the house sold in these days. Because we did that, the house sold for over asking, right? That's where it comes in. 1, it's evergreen. 2, now they can show trust over a video to showcase that trust and convert it to becoming a lead for you. And while we're on the topic of neighborhoods, great mention, by the way, making it evergreen, I recommend the best neighborhoods for families in this city. Let's say it's Mississippi or Ohio or whatever it is, right? Not this, pardon me, that's a state. But the best, neighborhoods in this area. This is a local guide that will help your audience understand why you fell in love with this area, why you sell this area, and why they will fall in love with this area. Are the parks dog friendly? Do they have the top schools? At the end of the day, it secures them knowing that they're not only just buying the house, but they're going to fall in love with the area they're in.
Yeah, and the thing is, also remember that house is one thing, but lifestyle is a different thing.
Yes.
And they're really buying a lifestyle. If you move somewhere, because a house is just a box.
Of course.
Right? But the lifestyle is, what is nearby? What is the local community like? Do they have like tennis courts nearby if you love playing tennis?
Yeah.
Or like maybe lakes, because a lot of people like going to the lakes in the summer. And so it's very important to really also showcase the local lifestyle, especially if it's really nice outside and it's not always, super cold like in Canada. But yeah, I would say don't forget about this, showcasing what the life really is like in those areas.
Yep. So a lot of agents or audience members will be like, these videos are so repetitive, they're this and that. But here's the thing, I'll give you a personal example before I even moved to Toronto. Victor's been in Toronto for quite some time, and I love that you mentioned that Canada's actually cold. Here is why these videos translate really well in a visual aspect. We discussed in the past about the pathway, I think it's called, right? Where you can walk underground and everything, and there's a lot of restaurants and other stuff, right?
Yeah, the path in Toronto.
Thank you so much. I am not native to this area, right, in Toronto, so I didn't know any of that. This is where an agent comes in with that knowledge to become their local authority figure in the area by presenting that online. See, I didn't know any of this, but since we discussed it, now I know that if there was a visual video, let's say, for example, on YouTube, showing the path and what it presents, that would make me fall in love even more and move faster to Toronto before I made that decision, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the path is like an underground city, basically. In Toronto is like 30 kilometers of different pathways. It's a perfect way to hide from the harsh winters in Toronto.
Exactly.
So yeah, and honestly, like it's not really well known. So unless you actually dig deeper into this, you won't even know that it exists.
Yeah. This is why it's so important for these evergreen videos, because whether you're a single person, a person with a partner, a family of 5, or a retiree, it's important to target your different audience members as a realtor and showcase what needs to be showcased to the right audience member. So, a single person would love, let's say, the path, or partners, for example, right? But a family of 5 would prefer to have a different area neighborhood tour, like let's say the Eaton or Shoreway Garden and so forth. These are just examples in Toronto. But, deviating off that, this list alone could save an agent months of guessing, right? If you know a realtor who's stuck in this process, send them this video, of course, right? If you're the realtor who's stuck in this process, feel free to check out the description down below. We have our links. Book a call with us. We're more than happy to help you. Stop guessing, start researching, stop chasing, start attracting.
Guys, one of the most important things before you even launch a YouTube channel is understanding your target audience. We call it KYC, know your client. Because before you do anything, you need to understand who is the audience that's going to be watching this. For example, for us, we know our target audience is realtors, right? We help them with generating business over YouTube. But also there are different kinds of realtors, right? So we can go into there as well later on. Yeah. But when it comes to you, right? You know your market really well. You know with whom you've been working before. You know your target audience, and maybe you have preferences of what type of clients you want to attract. So Joe, when it comes to filming content, why is it so important to know for whom you're filming before you actually start doing that? Because I feel like a lot of people are just lost, they start filming anything they can come up with, or they start copying other people, even though their target audiences could be very different.
Yeah.
So what is your general recommendation for your clients before you even start doing content?
Nice. Yeah, I would say on top of my head, the first thing that comes up is don't sound like a generalist. When you don't have an audience that you're trying to target, you sound like a generalist. You're just targeting every single person and hoping to God that you're going to get a lead out of it. Instead, hone down on your market, research your market, because you should know your market. Knowledge is power, right? Once you figured out the market you're attacking, figure out the audience you want to follow. Are you looking to help retirees move from Florida to Toronto? Are you looking to help, people relocating because there's a new division or a sector that opened up in that state and they're looking to transfer jobs? Figure out the audience, build content pillars around that. That's what I would say first things first. What about you? Any other advice?
Yeah, I would say have a data-driven approach, because I know many realtors are lost. And if you are, feel free to reach out, because we have a lot of experience doing this on YouTube, and YouTube gives you a lot of data because we are a very data-driven company. We look at the data and then we adjust. We're not a cookie cutter type of agency,
Yeah, exactly,
right?
yeah.
Because data tells you a lot and you need to know how to read it and where to find it. And with YouTube, the analytics are amazing. We can go to advanced mode. We can see from where people are watching, what are their age groups, what is their gender, what are they searching when they're finding you, how long are they watching every of your videos, when do they drop from your video. So we analyze everything. And then we come up with a strategy that is really data-driven, that is focused on your market, your goals, and the target audience that you want to reach. And then we start executing. At that point, it's just a matter of time until we start getting the results.
Yeah, no, I love that you said that. It's very important to look at the data, otherwise you're flying blind, especially with all our clients. We take a look at what's working with them and what's not working, we have to re-strategize, whether it's the hook, the call to action, the video type, right? So I love that you mentioned that. That's really good. So yeah, okay. So now, Victor, now that we spoke about the target market and how we adjust with data-driven approaches and all that, right? Let's move over to the final 3 videos, topics that, are practical in value and should be handled in a timely manner.
Yeah, so the 8th topic is, 5 things to do before you actually list your home, right? So in this video, you guide your viewer, sellers, right, through basically all the steps. So from 0 to 100, right? What do they need to do in order to sell their home for the highest price as quickly as possible, right? Because this is valuable, since a lot of people might think, oh, all these steps are so, basic, everybody should know them. But remember, guys, people who are just getting started with this, they know all the rules. But the real experts, they know all the exceptions. And that's why you need to contact an expert, because they've been through this, they've seen all of it, and they know what to avoid, what not to do. And that's where the value comes in. So that's for topic number 8. So the 9th topic is how to spot red flags when doing a home tour. So this is a great video for buyers, right? Because they're touring the property and they need to know what to look for whenever they're looking for their property, because the sellers, they will be hiding all of this stuff, right? Their job is to position the house in the best way possible. So you need to know all the things that you should pay attention to. And if you're a first-time home buyer, there's no way you'll know all this. So this is why you need a realtor. So if you're a realtor, this is a great video to do, and that's what will be the video number 9. And video number 10 would be, should you buy a house this year? Right? This could be a topic that's quite controversial, right? Because some people would say, yeah, they should. Some people would say, no, they should not, because they should wait. But the thing is, in that video, you should go through the current situation in the market, specifically in your area. Because let's say the interest rate could be the same in the whole United States, but one area in the US could be a buyer's market, another area could be a seller's market. And you don't know any of this unless you've been in the industry for quite some time, right? And that's where the good realtor comes in and basically educates their potential buyers on what would be the best way to proceed here. And by providing, again, good information with sources and with valuable insights that could help their viewers make an educated decision.
All right, yeah, thank you, Victor. These have been incredible topics, I think, to the people watching. Very useful, practical, that they need to know this, and it's incredible how you brought in your insights on all this stuff. If you guys are interested, feel free to hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell so you can know our latest videos when they come out, and check the description. Feel free to book a call with us. Victor right here is more than happy to handle this and help you out with terms of research, your brand, and moving forward.
So Joe, if I'm a new realtor, what would be my first move to make on YouTube to become successful and build a local monopoly in their market?
Perfect question. I would say within the first 72 hours or the next 72 hours even, pick up your phone, pick up the camera you have in your studio, choose the list, one of the topics, 2 of the topics we chose from the list, start recording on it. Perfect your hook, research your area, research your audience, get that data done within, let's say, 2-3 hours. Get that video recorded within half an hour, 40 minutes, and get into the routine of doing this every single week. And if this is too tough for you, no problem there whatsoever. This is where Brickbybrick steps in. Again, in the description down below or even on screen, check out our links, book a call with us, and we're more than happy to help you and get started.
We'll see you on YouTube.
Yeah.